more. Beautiful architecture and a hell of a lot of traffic there on the road. So we are coming back into this series. It is 1-1. Suning coming back fairly damn convincingly. Apart from a shaky early game, we won't talk about that. that didn't happen. But we're going to jump straight into the third game. We're going to have picks and bans as well coming up to here. We can see OMG getting that Corki again with the Azir. And straight away, I'm noticing a lot of different things here. What do you want to talk about?
Wow, this is a crazy composition from OMG. I love the Camille because it is a flex pick for OMG. It can go into both of these solo lanes. We've seen Icon be the first one actually to pick it up in the LPL. And again, they're continuing their very aggressive streak with their junglers. They've always had the superiorist matchup throughout this entire series to keep Weiwei down. And that's something that I think they've done very well to hold down the early game. This time they have the Camille for surefire engage. If I couldn't find those engages, you know, Camille sure as hell will. So I really like OMG's game plan this series, and I think they have the solo lane power to actually pull it through.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. We're going to jump straight into it. As you can see the comps there on your screen. It's going to be Angel, though, on this Akali with Maple on the Sylas. So I actually really like this. Both these guys very powerful with this, and we've seen what these two champs can do on their own.
Yeah, and I wonder what the lane matchup is going to be. We've seen Angel go with the Akali in the top lane last time, had an 8-kill game, absolutely monster.
I'll have to wait and see. Third and final game, our 6th game of the day. It's been a long one, Clement, but I'm glad I got to spend it with you as you take me through all these different games. See if Suning can complete the reverse sweep or if OMG can play spoiler. No chance? There they are. It's just one person. Everyone's like, all right, we're done. We're done now. I love it. Let's see. I'm actually curious to see. It's actually Angel looks like it's going to be going to the top side.
Yeah, and it looks like Angel is going with the Flandre build as well. It's the more aggressive build compared to the Doran's shield, just picking up the Doran's ring instead.
Got to go big or go home in these particular matchups, especially for Suning. They want to try and get themselves up to that 9 mark, which is playoffs confirmed, as we see that now. 5 locked up, as is SwordArt. A pretty equal trade. Halo Blades on the Zhao is pretty much the standard as of now. Nothing else really surprising to me.
Yeah, pretty standard matchups across, rune choices across the board. And what we should be seeing from, I think from OMG mainly, is just the ganks coming out, I think much sooner and much harder. Zhao does have that jungle superiority over the Jarvan. If they find each other in the jungle, I will put all of my cash onto the Xin.
If you were a betting man.
And
see
of course, which I'm not.
Another good hook here from the side of SwordArt.
Sweet level 2.
Yeah, able to put a lot of damage down. And you don't have to hit the Ezreal. If you take away the tank, and he hasn't got nothing to protect him.
Oh boy, this I got confused by the Lucian for a while. I did not recognize this new skin.
Oh, the Demacia Vice skin?
Yeah.
It's a fantastic skin line. I love it.
Gotta love the 80s.
It's just such a cool way of doing it. There's actually a really good edit of it on Reddit, I think, a while ago, and it was fantastic. We'll see now what Suning want to do, and it's all been early game from OMG for the first 2 games. See if they can continue that trend. They will be spotting out World 6 on this particular move. He comes straight in. We talked about good early games as he gets the damage down, but it's going to be Maple who's going to be the first one to rotate, but it doesn't matter because Weiwei gets chunked out to below 3rd.
Yep, and that will open up the top lane as well for OMG. Now they know the jungler can't be there. Ooh.
Icon needs to be careful. Maple finally getting his hands onto a mid laner in a mid lane, so you aren't getting the Angel anymore.
Maple's got a fair bit of MVP points on the Sylas as well, and Sylas in lane has been buffed, even though his ultimate cooldown has went down drastically. Now we're going to see Suning go for the 3 for 2. Good bait on Purse.
No mana either onto Kane. He's forced to flash away as well as the heal being burned by 5. A little bit of miscommunication. I feel like if one's going to come out, you don't use the other. And SMLZ holding on strong despite having a low health bar.
I think SMLZ is the hardest person to decide if he's actually baiting you or just playing normally. It's so difficult.
Because even right now, he's just playing normally, but he's like so low.
Yeah, for sure. You have to remember, this guy had the most deaths in lane in Spring Split.
Here we go. SMLZ forced SwordArt to come back and say, hey, buddy, I actually need help in this particular exchange.
They called my bluff. Our cover is blown.
They know what we're doing. We got to get out of here. But again, slow enough early game from both sides. Actually, OMG coming out with a slight advantage. Always going to happen when you do have the Kleptomancy in that AD carry position.
Yeah, Lucian just doing his normal Lucian things, getting the push priority and the extra advantage there. I know, actually Ezreal has it.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's the Ezreal with the Klepto, not the Lucian.
Excuse me.
It's all right. Everyone makes mistakes, man. No one's gonna. It's not like we're broadcasting to thousands of people.
Oh my God, don't mention it.
I love saying that as well. It's just like, oh, it's not like it's this whole thing, you know. But right now, such a little bit of aggressive trading there on the bot side. Kane feeling a little bit stronger in the matchup as of right now, as he should. He has got that sheen. We see, oh, goes straight on top of this, but that's all an elaborate bait as they go in. Flash, first blood, but at what cost? Actually, World 6 who is here, so the edge of trading back.
All right, I really want to see when SMLZ can cash in on that elaborate bait.
I was going to say, it was like, didn't actually catch out anything right there. And SMLZ, is he baiting or is he just trolling? And right there is a little bit of trolling.
I like the idea. It's just he miscalculated the amount of damage he could take or the speed at which his teammates could rotate. It was definitely trying to get an overreaction out of Kane and have him stay there for the kill.
Almost got him. Not quite able to finish it off though, as we see Angel having a little bit of a sore enough time up in this top side against Curse, to be expected given the matchup.
Yeah, and even though the Akali has had a bit of a damage buff, it only comes when you do your full committal. So poking down people doesn't hurt more. You really have to get the Shuriken flip to get the 9.14 buffs to your damage.
Going double door into that lane as well, as we see Maple maybe committing for a little bit here. Steals the Corki ultimate, gets a lot of sustain off it as well. One of the most efficient ultimates you can steal, as it does reset his passive every single time. They might look to try and check out World 6 here, but there is 5. Good rotation, good awareness, but the side of Suning are here as well. They get the knock up onto the Braum. Suning's bot lane not quite there. They're going to start up this red buff, just looking for the steal.
This should be theirs to take. OMG can't really venture into this brush. However, Kane across the wall.
Every time he has CS, or smite, excuse me. And now Weiwei just has to walk with his tail between his legs. He has not had the best of times when it comes to invading.
Ooh, Angel going in.
Angel is going in. Curse going to try and back away. There's the Hextech ultimatum invested on the flash! But the perfect execution. Angel picks himself up a nice solo kill. Oh, on the bot side as well, we're going to see an investment coming in here. Dredgeline going to be able to keep SwordArt safe. Overall, it just means that solo kill on the top side, and that's going to be Angel holding priority in this top lane.
Very hype solo kill right there. Thanks to the double Doran items, that's just so much efficiency in his early item build to hang in there with Curse. I felt like Curse was actually winning the majority of the early trades, and out of nowhere, Angel just finds him low, able to finish him out.
Here we go. Infernal Drake has been started. Smite is available for Weiwei if he wants to go in. Both junglers level 5 as they look for something here. Here he goes. He jumps in. He gets the steal. And that's going to be this dragon going over to the side of Suning. What do they lose? They lose their jungler. Do they lose anything else? SwordArt going to be forced to flash over as well. SMLZ in between a rock and a hard place. Does get the dash away, but there's Icon flashing in. Does he have the damage? I don't think so. Full culling onto the Braum. They eventually get out. Again, they trade jungler for dragon. Suning will take that.
That's still a favorable trade for Suning right here. A lot expanded for Icon. Flashes in, but almost misses out on the kill, unfortunately for him.
And again, we're seeing similar styles from, you know, Suning. They kind of have one lane that goes well, the other one not so well. but it doesn't matter because they got the dragon.
Yeah, at the very least, their top lane at least is stabilized, and this was a good steal from Weiwei. Gets a knock up onto World at the same time. Even though he has to pay with his life, I feel like it is completely fine. You really don't want to get that Corki, the late game scaling over to that champion.
World 6 as well, just taking, unfortunately, a little bit too late. We see that now. Jungler's coming up to this top side. Curse in a little bit of trouble as Angel goes in, but World 6 going to be joined by Weiwei. Just going to be forced to back away. You cannot take that fight as the Corki was rotating up.
Yeah, and also the Twilight Shroud already expended, so nowhere to hide for Angel. Does decide to play it a bit safer.
See now what SwordArt can do. He's looking for vision, because he see if he can catch out anyone on the rotations, keep his mid lane and bot lane safe. I like that, using it on the camps just so he knows when those camps are taken, if they're ever taken as such. As we see now, World 6 is here. Hextech Ultimatum going to be used. Perfect execution goes in. Oh! Great little move there from World 6 to try and keep his top laner alive. It ends up being a 1-for-1 trade. Weiwei needs to back away. Has got red buff, but cannot fight the Zhao. Overall, positive for the side of Suning, as it was the top laner who got the kill for them, whereas the jungler got the kill for OMG.
So it's very strong performance from Angel, and bot lane trade once more.
Oh, here we go. Well. Great dredge line, forcing the Glacial Fissure out. They're going to try and just get the full culling there onto 5. He's taking so much damage. Sylas is here. Sylas is going to steal the Ezreal ultimate. Maybe try find 5. He needs
Dance
vision. 5. Oh! We go gold. Had to get his stopwatch immediately and then use it, but that's not exactly a bad expenditure of it. He's going to feel a little sad about it, but at the end of the day, he doesn't use his flash, so he's going to be feeling pretty good.
Doesn't have his dancing shoes, but still has his Rolex. That's good enough in that situation.
Use the lights to blind them. Get out of here. Yeah, overall, a much earlier kind of aggression coming out from Suning. I see a lot more plays happening outside of what Weiwei can do.
And just taking a look at this, a replay from a while ago, actually. We see Angel with the better side of this trade to start it off. Almost gets the solo. World 6 with a great Crescent Guard to stop the EQ combo. If he didn't land that one correctly, Weiwei had a very good chance of then just finishing him off with the red buff. So, at the very least, protects his own life.
Weiwei now going to start up this Rift Herald. They have got the push in top side. SwordArt has joined his team, and overall, it looks like OMG running out of ideas on how to deal with this Suning lineup. Haven't transitioned their SMLZ to use teleport just yet. He actually still has that back in his back pocket. Kane's still waiting on his to come back off of cooldown. So they had it eventually, and there was I like those kind of calls where you can see there's a very definitive, like, don't use your TP. We need it potentially to come in for this, but is SMLZ in a little bit of trouble as World 6 comes in. Gonna flash in, flash responded to. World 6 backs away. Now we see SwordArt coming in off the top of this. Sylas trying to rotate as well, but it's just all going to be gold plates going over to the side of OMG.
I think the key difference here in this game is that the mid lane has constantly had Braum priority for Suning. This hasn't happened in the prior 2 matches. And the Sylas versus the Corki, just with how much push Sylas can get with the Petricide Burst and the Chain Lashes.
Oh, ooh. A little bit of trading going in there from both sides. Maple takes a turret shot for his troubles.
It's really kept World 6 from snowballing anywhere else on the map, just a mid lane priority, and how often this Sylas gets to roam.
And overall, next drag spawning in 13 seconds. Don't think OMG are going to be in a position to be able to contest this one. Weiwei has got the Rift Herald, a minute left on plate, so you imagine he's going to try and drop it either top or mid at this particular stage. No real way of stopping this one here, as World 6 comes to answer.
I like this timing, you know, 14 minutes is almost up. Get the gold first, and then transition toward Drake. Ooh, and a lot of damage to boot as well.
This might have to be committed there by World 6. We'll have it back up in about 10 seconds, so had the stack on it for a potential Dragon Steal if he chooses for it or not. But it looks like Suning know exactly what they want right now. Going to take the plate money, going to rotate down to that dragon. They're going to get themselves another objective.
And this has been quite fun on how often both supports have just been leaving the lane. Moby Boots very early on for SwordArt. It's going to get the inner track on it and protect the Drake.
Another Cloud Drake going to be spawning there. Suning's lucky Drake seems to be Cloud so far, as we see now SwordArt very fast with those Mobies and that Cloud. Oh my god. So damn fast, but the reaction right now for the side of OMG is going to be to try and take this bot turret, but with Smlz still having his TP available, he's going to be able to invest that one to be able to keep this one alive. It's a 3v3 potentially, as Jarvan is here, as is though Corki. There's a little hook going to be landing there. That's a good ult as well. Glacial Fissure coming out, Weiwei goes in, flashes out. 5 taken very, very low, not able to be taken down just yet. OMG still contesting for every single little bit of fight.
I thought that was a bit of a hard force from OMG putting Icon here, but it's all paying out.
It may all pay out. We'll have to wait and see. SwordArt flashes away, but it's not, unfortunately, to anywhere he can go. Akali forcing herself into this fight is probably the worst thing that could happen, and Kane picks himself up a kill. 3 quick kills going over to OMG. Poor decision making from Suning means they lose everything.
Yeah, and I want to see how OMG actually got over the ward there. It seemed like they might have just swept and walked towards the tri-brush, because if the ward was in that current position, Suning should have been able to spot the 2-man coming over the wall.
You think that, unfortunately for them, as we see Maple force the flash away. Icon did use teleport to jump into the side. They're all here. Hextech Ultimatum comes in as well. Great stolen ultimate. Maple able to turn that one around very, very nicely as the Camille goes straight in. But another fantastic dredge line. You cannot kill this Maple, as now Weiwei is just sitting here as we try to just trade this one back. Icon taken very, very low. SwordArt is there. Kane is for some reason the focus of this fight as we go back in on top of the mid lane. Looks like OMG going to disengage.
They wanted to do a POV version of Kane and just have him fire off the Mystic shots, get the stun down. Unfortunately, that plot did go so well, but the OB still decided to give us, throw some suspense into that one. So OMG actually win out on this rotation. They still force away Suning members, and they're going to get a little bit of chunk damage here.
Yep, they got the turret on bot side. They trade 3-for-1 overall in terms of how all the plays went. They got themselves a little bit of a gold lead now, coming up to about 16.5 minutes. So right now, this OMG side, we can see exactly how this goes. Ooh, they just literally went over
the wall. Okay. And Suning caught off by surprise. This is a terrible teleport coming in.
Yep, unfortunately for them, they lost a hell of a lot off that play. They just saw a rampant rabies-ridden Corki just coming at them.
He looks quite cute.
I love him.
Tell me he has rabies.
I love him so much. I am a sucker for corgis. That's why Matt, every time he shows me a picture, I'm just like, oh, Niberia. Every time Niberia shows me a picture of his corgi, I'm just like, oh my god. We're back down to a slower style of game. 2,000 gold lead in favor of OMG. Maple picking up that kill means that he is a slightly better situation, you could argue, than his opponent mid laner. Hextech Ultimatum has been stolen. And this is something we didn't really talk about in Champ Select, because obviously we didn't get much of a Champ Select to talk about, but with these, engages you have with the Hextech Ultimatums, the Zinzero ultimate and everything like that, you have a lot of potential to be able to start engages. However, they can be stolen and used against you, as we might see right here, right now, as the dredge line has been used. You cannot stop that one there, as we're going to see the Glacial Fissure used in response. Hextech Ultimatum comes in on top of the Zinzero to try and stop him, but there's a great Cataclysm into the Zhonya status. And just as I talk about it, SN Suning use it to absolutely perfection.
Yeah, they have the ability to find the roams as well, and it looks like it hasn't changed the matchup in the bottom side, where Sylas still has the lane priority over the side lane, so able to roam up first, find the first kill here.
TPs are being invested on both sides. Neither really wants to fully commit to this, as they don't have a wave available to them. Such a beautiful recall.
Oh, wow. I love those palm trees.
Full split. But while this has all been happening, Angel happily chipping away that top lane turret, picks up the first turret of the game for Suning. But will they trade it for the mid lane? That is the question. They're trying to just go for something here. A lot of poke damage going down on top of this turret. Will just about survive, but overall, it is still going to go down very shortly.
However, this time they have bought themselves enough time for Angel to come back, and they stopped the back from 5. Can he get away from this one?
Yeah, has to stand behind me as we're going to see the Shroud used. And why would you go out on top of that? Angel obviously did not recognize that he had 3 concussive blows stacked on top of his head. Felt like he had a lot more time than he did. He's forced to expend his ultimate just to escape.
And this time we have to remind everyone that after the 9.14 changes, you can be spotted out by the scanner. It's not only just taking damage during obscurity, like obscurity is no longer a thing. So you are revealed, at least your silhouette is revealed during that scan duration.
Yeah, that means the Cloud Drake going to go over to the side of OMG, their first drag of the game. Going to deny that double stacking to the side of Suning. This game state's kind of sizzled out, you know, sizzled out a little bit. No one really kind of able to make any great, huge plays, all waiting for big item spikes.
And I do feel like OMG get progressively stronger as the game goes on. They have the longer range in terms of their backline carries, and their engage is also very powerful, just with the Camille. So I feel like as this drags on, we're going to see OMG just kind of control both side lanes at the same time, set up river vision, and the way that Suning is going to try and crack this open is likely going to be focusing on 5 and Kane. Like, when you attack the 1-3-1, you can't win the solo lanes. It's usually just the mid lane and that mid lane tower that you look to abuse.
See exactly how OMG want to play it. They are arguably in the lead at this moment and time. However, Angel and Maple still scaling up with those items, be able to potentially find an assassination onto someone squishy if they are lucky. And OMG going to try and prevent that.
Seeing a lot of members being invested into the top side. OMG has pretty much gotten free reign of this red side. Preliminary vision already stuck in there without any contest from Suning. So this is a good setup for them.
Here we go. 5 has got his flash available if he needed it, but tanky enough as it is with that Glacial Shroud sitting in his back pocket. A lot of AD, or a lot of armor, excuse me. I was going to say AD resistance, but I suppose it's the same thing, just a slightly longer way of saying it. And Suning and OMG back to this stalemate, if you will. No one really able to kind of push for anything. They're waiting for the Essence Reaver, I feel, on SMLZ to really look for any kind of like skirmish or engage.
I just feel like they can't find it. If OMG plays safe enough, it's actually very difficult.
Ooh, OMG though. Curse is here to protect Icon, but that was a huge chunk of damage there very, very quickly. And because Curse is topside, that means where he's not, Angel can potentially pick up another tower.
Yeah, OMG are the ones that actually just open up the perfect starting point that they have, and this might change things a bit for the side lane matchups. Once Angel is able to acquire enough of this gold, it's not just going to be a point about shoving in and having OMG bot laners, side laners taking up the CS under tower.
Yeah, see now, Curse does invest the Hextech Ultimatum as they try and just get it down here as they got the flag and drag, but the dunk down as SwordArt is traded. They're able to get one thing here as Angel's going to be TPing onto the back of this now. OMG on a little bit of no man's land as they just try and disengage, but Angel follows straight over and Angel deletes the Ezreal, and now he's on the back end. They have got the TP coming in from Icon as well. He's going to take a Baron hit as well. It's going to reduce his magic resist as he's forced to flash. On the top side though, it's going to be the Lucian taken down. He does take out the Zhao on the back end as well. Weiwei will eventually find 5, who has got the heal, has no flash though. And Maple picks up that one, ends up being a 4 for 2 in favor of Suning.
And Suning just outplay the heck out of OMG on both of their solo lanes. In the top side, Maple able to dodge out of the hook shot, keep himself alive longer. Down comes the Cataclysm, picks up the first kill. And in the bottom side, we actually just saw Angel get a uncontested teleport hiding in that front brush over there. It was a lot of time before Corki realized that and went for the comeback with his own teleport. Just watching this, Maple, great Kingslayer, dodges out, gets enough time where Weiwei can come back and finish off the kill. And even though SwordArt is traded away, it doesn't matter as the big solo laner in Angel comes into the fight earlier. It was a great 2-for-1, and he gets a stun on 5 and finds the kill onto Kane. And this was a straight up strong win coming in from Suning.
Slight misstep there from Weiwei. He kind of went towards the Corki rather than to protecting SMLZ. Forgot there was 2 people right in front of him.
Oof, 2 for
OMG
3.
though, they're back and back onto that Baron. The flag has already been used, so there's no flag and drag available. Flash is there for Weiwei if he wants it. The TPs are coming in as well. There's the flash.
Bit
in as he
early.
goes in. Does not get the steal. It's a little bit early, but he does not get it. He ends up trading his life for nothing. Now Suning on the full retreat. As he jump in now, Hextech ultimatum has been committed. He backs away. Maple goes in, but 5 is the first one to fall for the side of OMG. Can Suning find any more exit kills? They cannot, but they may be able to find this mid lane turret.
Yeah, still a big win for OMG if they're able to hold on to most of their objectives. Can they actually finish the teleport? Either way.
Yes, but is it to your own detriment? Camille goes down. What an unfortunate move there. They lose 2 Barons, they lose mid lane turret. Overall, it's still a net positive for OMG, but just barely.
Yeah, just barely, because Suning is able to catch up in the gold lead, and those kills onto Maple are starting to hurt. Sylas, without any snowball effect, didn't feel that powerful, but as these skirmishes are going on, he's slowly picking up steam.
3-0-3 looking damn good on this Sylas pick. The solo laners are what are winning this for Suning right now, and I want to see how close that smite fight got to, because Weiwei, he went a little early, but he was still there to try and smite it.
Yeah, it came down to about like 1k. Yeah, he goes down at 1800 health, is unable to take it away from World 6, and that was a really good start of the fight by 5. Make sure nobody could get into the brush, get into the Baron pit. Maple with a clutch. Zanya's right there and is able to just go the rest of the enemy team in. Curse just comes back. Inexperienced top laner, I have to say, with that play.
Yeah, 0-5 unfortunately for this game for Curse. So we see a little bit of a death bush set up here for Suning. They're waiting for a rotation. They now see everyone on the side of OMG, and they may look for the collapse. 5 is there to try and defend this, but here we go. There is the ultimate. They're trying to just go for this. They're trying to just completely nullify anything they possibly can. There's the calling onto so many members, and the down comes down. 5 is the first one to fall, followed by Zhao. World is dead. Maple goes golden. Will Kane be able to get the kill? No! SwordArt plays a perfect support and keeps him alive.
That was very close on SwordArt as well. Last Mystic shot would have closed in the deal, and they take, again, another few Barons away from OMG. However, Curse does find his own bit of gold in the bot lane. That was a really good reach. They knew the path that OMG had to take to clear out the red side, and they were very willing to go and split up into 2 directions. Very good execution on Suning. I love these types of plays from teams, just knowing how they can get the perfect team fight. 5 in this choke kept OMG alive for a long time, but still at the end of the day, unable to hold on against the AoE damage coming in. And this is where SwordArt shows his dancing capabilities. And we're not going to see it. No, never mind.
Never needed it. We know exactly what happened. Mystic Shot was tanked, of course. SwordArt playing as he should as a support, keeping his carry alive. 4-0-3. Still a perfect game for Maple on this Sylas pick as a side of OMG. Only have about 10 seconds left on this Baron buff. I don't think they're going to be able to get much more other than that 1 turret in the bot side. So overall, that Baron buff not really doing a lot.
They were 3k ahead before the Baron, and now they're 1.2. So not a terribly successful one.
How much do you think the Baron power play was?
They don't actually show you the exact Baron power play, which irks me a lot. They show you the average over the entire split.
Did they not show you at the end?
No.
No, that's the average. I thought that was what they got from that particular one.
Yeah, you're
That's kind of upsetting. Well, SwordArt forced to flash away. It takes a huge chunk out of him. You're a Nautilus, but you're not that tanky, given the amount of damage that are able to come out very, very quickly from the poke of OMG. And they do get themselves a tier 2 turret. And Suning still regarded as the not favorites as such by...
I like what OMG are doing. This is a much smarter way to engage on Suning. They have great disengage potential, like Hextech Ultimatum can be used in that fashion. What are you doing, Maple? So he backs off soon enough.
He's feeling safe enough, I guess. The last outer turret, last outer turret for the side of Suning does get taken down. All they have left now are the inhibitor ones. Dragon going to be up in a minute 20. It looks like the side of Suning.
Okay, so maybe this is the,
yeah, that's what I was talking about. I was like, is that not like literally what they got from that? So they got the gold value for Baron effectively.
Yeah, they start with the average and then they give you the effective one.
There you go. See?
Okay, they do give you the effective one.
Good job, production. Anyway, Baron up in a minute, Dragon up in just under a minute itself. So both objectives going to be potentially taken by either side, but you could imagine neither wants to give up any of them.
Now, the siege was really powerful from OMG. They took 2 towers for nothing in that play, and I don't think they had they had the Baron buff for the very tail end of that. But I think they should do more of it, like Ezreal damage, Corki damage coming in, and there's just so much protection on their side. The counter engage from OMG is tremendous in this one. So I think it's down to Suning to really find the ways to kind of engage on OMG if they do decide to go for that route. I think Sylas and Angel in the side lanes coming with the teleport is going to be the key play to stop this, and here we go.
And this potentially could be it. TP going to be coming in from SMLZ as they do have Maple in the bot lane just split pushing right now. It's been equaled by Curse on the top side. However, the bot lane is far, far, far away from the Baron pick compared to the top lane. They have got a TP available on both Angel and Maple. Maple now making his way back up. Both teams posturing for position, just trying to land the poke there from OMG. Priority is going to go in favor of Suning, but they've snuck themselves over this Baron wall, and now the Baron, excuse me, going to be taken very, very quickly. Weiwei hasn't got himself his W or E. He has got a flash. He might try and just go in on top of this. 2,000 health left on that Baron as they look to go in on top of it. They don't actually get the smite, but unfortunately they do get it for them. But the Corki has gone down. The Braum, the Ezreal, and they're able to lose so much off that they get the Baron, but again, they trade back so much, and the death timers are huge.
It's a 1 for 3, and look at what Angel is doing. He's preserving the wave in front of the tower. Great move right here, preventing Curse from taking away the wave and deterring the push. So very smart play here, and they're going to be able to set up at least the Infernal.
Inferno will go over to Suning. They only lose their jungler. They did take out pretty much all damage dealers on the side of OMG, so they will pick themselves up a second Infernal Drake, as well as maybe set themselves up for a siege down bot side, but those death timers aren't quite long enough.
Insane flank coming in from Angel. Icon didn't even have enough time to react with his flash and goes down to the burst damage. I felt like OMG had a really good defense on Weiwei. They knocked him up with the Glacial Fissure and then stunned him, but it wasn't enough to prevent the rest of the flanks from coming in. Just watch this. This is pretty much textbook on how to stop someone taking away your Baron, but great depth charge. Goes in, Angel finds Kane, gets back with perfect execution, finds the other one.
World 6 did not have smite at the very end there, like for the actual Baron. So that was incredibly risky.
Closer than imagined.
If Weiwei had gotten in, I feel like that would 100% would have been a steal, and that means Suning win the game almost perfectly off that. Even if they don't get the full 100% push, but again, we find ourselves at a pretty heated deadlock. Gold lead does belong to OMG, and they are still playing as if they are it ahead, but you cannot disrespect these 4 dragons that have been accumulated by Suning. Only about a minute 30 left on this Baron push.
Suning's composition is not very well suited against the sieges of this type. Whoa.
No, we're going to see a great Unbreakable stopping the Glacial Fissure that was stolen by Maple. And now Maple's going to be forced to back away. He's probably going to be forced to go all the way home. Nearly gets taken out by that, as well as Curse pushing in this top side. Angel and SMLZ along with SwordArt are going to be tasked with trying to deal with this wave as the side of OMG just looking to break open, and they will potentially get it. There it is. They're going to jump onto SwordArt. They will take him down. Hextech Ultimatum was put down on top of Angel, but the damage just isn't there. And now the turnaround is coming in for side of Suning. Suning get a triple kill onto SMLZ, and now they're chasing Icon away.
So much damage being dealt. The Cataclysm was perfect, spot on. SMLZ never touched throughout the entire team fight, able to unleash all of his auto attacks, all of the culling, and even though Suning start with a member's disadvantage, they're able to claw the team fight back.
Oh, Icon.
If he gets tagged by that red.
If he gets tagged a little bit, he'll be in so much trouble. Forced to flash away. They want to try and kill him, stagger these death timers, because if you can stagger them, it makes it so much harder for OMG to group.
Now just watch that team fight again. This is a really good start. Great poke onto SwordArt. They take him down at the start of it, but Weiwei just has a perfect moment in the fight. Gargoyle Stoneplate gets more people in the Cataclysm, and Smlz is just free-firing the entire team fight.
You saw on the bottom left there of your screen, the mid lane outer was taken there by the side of Suning. They were able to sneak that one away, and now gold, dead even. Kills in favor of Suning as well as Dragons, but the tower is still in favor of OMG. They also cracked open that top side inhibitor turrets. That is exposed. Baron up in 2 minutes, Elder Drake up in 2 minutes as well. You feel like Suning, they want to try and go for that Elder.
Definitely more of a payoff with the elemental buffs coming in on their side, but they're actually setting up for Baron, and they're going to find Kane.
Oh, Kane, he's in so much trouble. Had flash, but nowhere to go. And that's a huge pick off for the side of Suning.
Yeah, such an unexpected pick just incoming there. Kane not even using any mystic shots, just assumed Suning wouldn't be in the quadrant.
That means this turret is under siege now, as we see the culling coming out onto Icon, brings him down to about 2/3. It's the side of Suning just really want to hard force this right now and create more dark area for the side of OMG.
Very difficult for OMG to hold on to this one. 25 seconds for Kane to come up again. That's going to offer Suning a base if they want to take it.
And it looks like Suning just want to try and equal out those top lane inhibitor turrets going down and potentially get the inhibitor as well. They will be able to take it. OMG, fantastic at anti-siege, fantastic at siege, only when all 5 members are available. And Suning take a pick and they take everything in the top side.
Yeah, very unfortunate for OMG on that one, but they still have a lot of damage with these champions here. And like we were talking about, Suning does have the base to make this trip towards the Baron once more. They don't want to get caught out with gold in their wallets. Really want to spend all of that, make maximum use. So we are going to have one more reset where OMG can potentially pick out a side lane and then put Suning in a difficult position to choose between their lanes.
Let's see exactly what the side choice is. It's going to be Akali towards that bot side, and it looks like the side of Suning going to go much more prefer this potential Elder Drake, which has just spawned. Weiwei going to jump into everybody. This could potentially be the last 5v5. He's going to jump in and find himself. Curse, but there's a Hextech ultimatum stolen, so he has nowhere to go. He's going to go golden, flash in, Glacial Fissure, not going to hit anybody. He's going to separate though, as Angel's found himself on the back side, but he goes golden as well. So many different zones going to be used as everyone's just jumping in on top of people. Curse gets caught up by the Cataclysm. He's forced to flash. And unfortunately for the side of OMG, it is their jungler that falls.
Suning started the fight 3v5, but they had the Zhonya's to allow their members to stay alive, and it looks like Suning might just clear out the entirety of the map. OMG have to deal with their top lane. Everyone needs to base, and this is double objectives on the board.
Securing the Elder Drake, going to give them a hell of a powerful buff. And now they're going to transition, like you said, clear out the map, go straight over to that Baron buff, get as much off this as you physically can, and then look to try and end the game. You imagine they'll go towards that bot side and mid, go for maybe a 0-1-4 split. Suning, rocky early game again, but come into those late game T-fights. And Banshees able to stop 5 from getting that one.
I gotta say it was a bit risky, but kind of ballsy and cool to look at the same time. Now, Curse didn't have vision across the wall, only had it on the ramp, so was a bit surprised by 3-man coming over. You thought that this was going to be a bad catch for Suning, but look at how tanky their members are. Zhonya's Gargoyle Stoneplate, everyone is alive, and World is just caught out. 2 pick of a wall, stunned up, can't flash, jungle down, double objectives to Suning.
You can see the value of Zhonya's there for Angel and for Maple. Whichever, even if either of them gets caught out, they're still able to just 100% get themselves back out into an easy enough repositioned position.
They're just so difficult to deal with at this point, and I feel like OMG haven't been able to get the successful fights that they had earlier. Really has been sieging and trying to repel opponents from one direction. That is their composition's forte. However, right now they're split between multiple sides with the Baron buff. Suning do want to continue this 4-1, and I think OMG have to be the ones to pull the trigger.
And they have Angel now on the bot side. Curse going to jump in on top of Angel, but again, not very effective at taking this 1v1 as of this moment and time. True Shot Barrage going to be trying to take out that one siege minion in the mid lane, as that turret has taken quite a beating. Now double siege minions in the bot side. OMG need to respond. They actually use the smite as well onto these siege minions, but they're being stretched left, right, and center. Now they've got super minions jumping in as well. I honestly don't think there's much they can do. They're going to have to take a stand now or never.
And I would prefer the now rather than never. C5 jumping in, but Icon, wow, so much damage being taken off of him just with the stolen ultimate from Maple.
All inhibitors have fallen. There's only 2 turrets standing between Suning and OMG. And Suning looking like they want to try and end this game. When are OMG going to take the fight? They've lost so much already. They don't really know how to start it. He talks about the Hextech ultimatum, but who do you even jump on at this stage? They look to try and get anybody and everybody just grouped up into this mid lane. Baron buff still good for another minute or so. They're just going to keep chipping down at these Nexus turrets. OMG, you got to make a choice. You got to make a decision. You either die in a blaze of glory, you die 1,000 cuts, and here we go. They're going to lose 5 straight off the bat as Akali goes into the Shroud. She picks up Zhao as well, and they're just going to rout OMG, delete OMG, and take back the series 2-1.
Woo. And Suning were pushed to the brink. A lot of things didn't go right for this team, but at the end of the day, they're still able to keep their playoff momentum in the works. Heading over to 8 wins so far, and they're going to be joining very closely into the top 4 of the LPL now. So very unexpected results coming from Suning during this entire split. They lost Longshing, they came in with Angel, and now they're going 2 wins above what they were able to accomplish in spring.
Yep, on 8-4 right now. They've put themselves up with Billy Gaming towards that top spot. Wasn't the cleanest of wins, we can both say that with honesty. But at the end of the day, all that matters is the result. And Suning going to have to try and take what little solace they can from that victory.
Yeah, this one was a very hard-fought one. If you think about it, OMG was able to take away 2 Barons earlier on. They had multiple successful sieges, but always stopped by a Suning team fight. Once at the top lane inhibitor tower, really good frontlining from Weiwei, a new, young, talented jungler player, and also a great flank. I love that call that they did in the first Baron when OMG was clearing out the red side. They were able to get a complete wraparound and then just destroy them as they try to retreat throughout the tri-brush. So very good plays on Suning. Laning phase still leaves a lot to be desired, but when it comes down to shot calling and late game maneuvering, they still are one of the elite teams.
Yeah, and GG Suning, it took them a very long time, and of course we had a very, very long day. And it was just kind of one of those days, unfortunately, for both sides. Like LNG, you know, they went to full distance as well. We got Suning going for it. Thank God for Suning, though. If you're a Suning fan, they've secured that 8 win. They're almost 100% for playoffs. They just need 1 or 2 results to kind of fizzle it out a little bit, but they can be relatively happy given that.
Yeah, this was a close one, much closer than people expected. I think at the end of the day, a couple key things that I personally really liked about that game was how strong Angel actually is in the top lane. It's not common that we see a mid laner just rotate to another lane and be dominant in that one. And Curse, I would say,
mid-series as well, yeah.
Yeah, Curse, I would say, would be one of those top, like, solo kill type of mid laner, top laners. And to see Angel just get a solo kill in that lane, massive confidence booster coming in for Suning as a roster.
Yeah, and I gotta say, you know, someone who really impressed me, and of course apparently impressed the MVP judges, was Maple, as he picks up the MVP for that game. Can't really deny it. 6-0-10 was pretty much the reason why they kept that mid game going as equal as they possibly could, and then his engages were just so good.
Yeah, Maple just has been rocking it with this Sylas. I think it's been his best champion by far throughout the entire split. Remember earlier, a lot of those steal the Nico Pop Blossom MVP kind of ultimates in week 1 and week 2, and he's still doing it later on in the late game. Those rocket damages is absolutely insane when he has the AP advantage there. And I think we're going to see Sylas become sort of that staple pick for the Suning squadron, as it can be flexed both ways. I think Sylas and Corki are going to be the 2 ones that really define as the kind of the pillar champions for Suning moving forward.
And we'll have to wait and see. And of course, you know, coming into the series as well, Suning considered the higher seed, if you like, the team that should be doing very well. Probably better for them to shake now and look a bit unsteady than later on in the season.
Yes. Overall, from what I've seen, I'm not that confident with Maple's top lane.
I would agree with that. I think we can both agree with that one.
I have to be completely honest. I think Angel at this point is a completely better top laner. I'm not to say Angel is even a worse mid laner, to be honest. I think Angel actually just...
I was going to say, I think Angel is just like, I don't want to say the better player, but definitely shows a lot more strengths, even regardless of what role he's put into.
Exactly. So I wonder if they want to just hone that in a little for playoffs. Are we going to consistently see Angel just being played in towards the top side and put Maple at least where he's comfortable at? Or are we going to see more flexes and more kind of rotations? Because if you look recently, V5 has actually kind of nailed down who's going where.
Yeah, I was going to say we might get some of those answers. I do believe we have an interview that you, my friend, are going to have to translate.
Okay, no problem.
Let's try it out. Hopefully we know exactly who it is as soon as they come up. But I do believe it is with Suning, and let's see what they have to say.
Welcome everyone and congratulations to the post-game interview. We've got Suning's bot lane duo. Hi everyone, I'm SwordArt. Hi everyone, I'm Smlz. Congratulations on this crucial 8th victory. You have stabilized your chances at getting into playoffs. Today, you guys came from behind and finally won based on team fights. What are you feeling right now? I don't feel like we played very well today. It was pretty risky, very close to the extremes, and we made a lot of mistakes. Did you guys expect it to be this hard? We did not think so. We didn't think it would be this hard. So I like the awkward smiles as they are being interviewed in Chengdu, the OMG arena. In Game 1, you were also in a massive deficit. OMG was playing a very aggressive and actually stable style, which we don't see from them that often. And what we did was we changed a lot of the ban picks in Game 2 to win it. What did Fluidwind tell you guys to change? Fluidwind told us to prepare for OMG's strong champions, their pocket picks, and just play to our strengths, to our power picks. So in Game 2, you actually picked Jhin. Jhin was also played against V5. Was Smlz the one that said he wanted to play it? Smlz says, well, Ezreal is banned, so I only have Jhin to play. In 9.14, Jhin was buffed, the deadly flourished. You get a bit more crowd control time. However, Jhin isn't played in the LPL much at all. Why is that, Smlz? I think the general meta does not suit this champion. Is it because you play the Jhin so well? Or do you think it's because other teams don't understand how to play the Jhin? I think it comes down to how you play it. What do you feel about your Jhin's performance today? I think it was my normal standards. Smlz quiet like usual. In this match today, both of Suning's potential mid laners still flex quite a lot. Can you give both of your mid laners a rating? I think both of them had mistakes in one game and had good plays in the other two. Last question. Next game is FPX. And the remaining two are EDG and LNG. Do you guys have confidence to make it to the top 4 in regular split? I think all my teammates are quite good, so if I can perform to my normal standard, then we still have a small chance. Smlz says we should still have a chance since none of these teams are as hard as RNG. It's a question from the fans. Because today 5 was one of your previous teammates. What does it feel like to face him once again? Did you bring him out to dinner? I feel like he played especially well in Game 1 and Game 3. He suppressed me in both of these games. Please don't be so good when you're facing me. That's what I have to say for 5. Are you planning on going to dinner with 5? Depends on the situation after the game.
Just can't get a full answer out of him.
Very quiet.
She tried her damn hardest. She's
I know.
like, and what about this? And what about this?
And there's a reason that you don't go all the way in follow-ups against Smlz. I don't blame the hostess at all.
I commend her. She's doing amazing work just trying to get some kind of answer out of him. But we are coming over to the end of our day. Thank you so much for translating that, but we have to look at the standings and how they look right now for the LPL. As we see LNG dropping another game. They're now tied. Only a game difference of 1 game separates them and Team WE.
Yeah, and this is so important. We have to mention the tie-breaking rules right now. It is match victory and then going to GD, and then going to head-to-head. So if Suning can remain that +8 over the +5 of Bilibili Gaming, it doesn't matter about their head-to-head loss. They can still keep that position over them. Things are getting super tight as we head into the final last 2 weeks.
Yeah, we'll have a look at tomorrow's game as well. We'll have more for you guys as we see Rogue Warriors are kind of on a weird upward trajectory against Bilibili Gaming, followed quickly by Royal Never Give Up by the high-flying Dominus Esports making a late surge towards playoffs.
All 4 of these teams are still in playoff running, so these are going to be tight ones. Royal Never Give Up looking for that 10th victory, and given their spring split score, really need to assure their position further into the playoffs. Semifinals berth or a quarterfinals berth would be preferable than starting from the first round. Dominus Esports, much of the same, but with Natural, this has been looking like a much improved squad. I can't wait for that matchup.
And of course, we have got our match of the week this week. It is going to be the Season 8 World Champions versus the Season 8 MSI champions. IG versus RNG this Saturday, August 10th, match of the week. That is a damn hype matchup.
This one is the one all the fans get riled up for. You can hear the trash talk starting on Weibo already. Every time the game's finished, it actually ends up in the top 10 topics in Weibo. So absolutely, everyone in China is going to be watching that one, is going to be looking forward to who finally gets the speaking rights after that one.
Bragging rights.
Bragging rights, yes.
The bragging rights as such. And I feel like both sides will be really itching for that win, especially IG, who kind of coming off of a loss that we want to try to prove to everybody, all the doubters, if you like, to say, like, look, we're still world champions.
Yeah.
We are still got to be given respect. And, you know, we went to MSI this year. So I want to see IG come out with something different, because RNG, yes, they went down to top in a very close 3-game series last week, but RNG versus IG, it's just
in
its own
current
thing.
form, you kind of feel like RNG should take this one in a strong fashion, but IG always play up. This is the matchup where you are guaranteed to see IG on their absolute best performance, because this one is absolutely personal.
Yeah,
I just want to leave you with a quote Uzi gave. Last year, before the summer finals, Uzi asked Jackie Love, "You're just 17. What have you done in your career?" And Jackie Love was able to answer last year. Well, I won Worlds. How about you? So that's always one where things get really spicy and the trash talk is super fun.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see exactly how that matchup goes. But ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have time for this evening. I want to say thank you to, of course, to our production team. It is a Dominion product. And thank you, Clement, for joining me today.
No problem.
It was a long one. It was a long one, but
nice to spend some time.
yeah,
with
got some quality time together.
Games.
It was great. It was great.
Oh, it's almost 11. Wow.
Oh, wow, it is almost 11. Half 10 in here at the China time. But, ladies and gentlemen, that is all we have time for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you guys very, very soon.